this for pictures. Okay, well, she told us to grab her camera and take pictures for her if she didn't make it back in time. But I went to grab her camera, she told me, and there was no battery in it for her camera. So I had no idea. I don't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I called her, and she didn't answer. And then I called Ted, and he didn't answer either.
Hey,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, you're good. No, I started it just like it takes a little while to kind of go, so I wanted to make sure I had enough time.
I called her, and I was just like,
Here,
I don't
who
know
times
what
it?
to do.
I'm going to sign it.
Okay, so we don't have to time.
Nope, I'll take care of that. Thanks for being prepared. If anybody has cell phones on, please silence them or turn them off. Thank you. Ready, morning. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for our first annual business pitch competition. Our competition this year is sponsored by the JSEL Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership, our Young Entrepreneur Society, as well as our Accounting, Business, and Economics Department. Almost 10 years ago, our center was formed to help students develop their business ideas. And over that period of time, we've worked with over 100 students on ideas ranging from manufacturing of food, gourmet chocolates, and beef jerky, to retail businesses selling or reselling used furniture, to purely service businesses of marketing consulting, social media marketing consulting, and website design, as well as hybrid businesses of an ice cream business. During that time, those students all had similar passions about what they wanted to do. And while they all had different ideas, they all had one thing in common, and that is that they acted on those ideas. And so that's why we're here tonight. This event is an opportunity for students to be able to voice their ideas. Our 5 finalists have a variety of excellent business ideas that they're going to pitch tonight. So we want to take this opportunity to thank them for entering the contest and wishing them good luck. But really, I want to highlight that this is an event that's really giving these students an opportunity to voice their creativity in business and entrepreneurship. So I'd like to try to keep it short and sweet. So we'll start with an introduction of our judges, after which our president of the Yes Club, Nate Fisher, will talk about the event guidelines and the scoring. So our first judge tonight is Dr. Jody Monger-Gray, and her daughter. Dr. Jody Monger-Gray is the president of Customer Relationship Metrics, a company whose mission is to help clients uncover customer experience insights and to teach them how to leverage these and to enhance call center and organizational performance. The company designs, implements, and analyzes measurement programs for medium to large companies. Prior to establishing metrics in 1993, Dr. Monger-Gray was the founding associate director of Purdue University's Center for Customer-Driven Quality. In addition to customer relationship management, design, and implementation, Dr. Jody has published several books and numerous articles relating to customer service excellence and writes for an award-winning blog on CRM's website, www.metrics.net. Her formal education is in the disciplines of consumer behavior, statistics, and research methodologies, and she earned her PhD and master's from Purdue University and is a proud alumnus of Juniata College. So thank you for joining us, Jody. Our second judge is Jason Boyer. Jason is a 2003 graduate of Juniata with a Bachelor's of Science in Chemistry. He resides in Huntington with his wife Megan, who is also a graduate of Juniata College, 2004. They have 2-year-old twins, Knox and Taylor. Jason's currently the Vice President of Lawnscape Limited, a professional landscape and lawn care business. The company specializes in high-end residential design and build projects and employs 35 people. Jason has been with the company for 12 years, and in his free time he enjoys golf, in which he boasts to be a .9 handicap. Very impressive. So thank you for joining us, Jason.
Thanks for having me.
And our third and final judge is Richard Enders. Richard is the president of EB Enders, Inc., who's the third generation owner of the company. The company will be celebrating 86 years this year, and Richard has been president for the last 16 years. He graduated from The Ohio State University in 1971 with a degree in business management. He began his MBA program at St. Francis University, then St. Francis College, but was paid the highest compliment when his advisor told him he didn't need it because he already knew everything he was going to be taught. Richard hadn't planned on working in the business, but ended up taking an active role in management. And when he became president, he took the company from a commercial residential remodeling company specializing in custom millwork and cabinetry. The company's quality craftsmanship and customer service enabled it to secure clients such as Sheets, Auntie Anne's, Cisco Systems, and a variety of college dining halls, including Penn State, University of North Carolina, and Virginia Tech. Their project at the University of North Carolina was featured in the Food Services Magazine, which is a food trade magazine. In 2009, they were selected as Huntington County's Small Business Person of the Year. And in 2011, they were honored with the Pennsylvania Small Business Person of the Year. So thank you, Richard, for joining us.
Thank you.
So before we get into the competition, Nate Fisher will describe the scoring rubric as well as go over the guidelines for the pitches.
All right, so I'm Nathan Fisher. I'm current president of the Young Entrepreneur Society, also just known as YES. I also have many other hats here at Juniata. For this newest series of competitions, I was the first winner of the business plan competition, which was, you had to pitch for 15 minutes, had a full written plan. So we've kind of scaled this back now, and it's a little bit nicer. Our contestants will have 90 seconds to pitch their ideas. And then after that 90 seconds, the judges will have a period of time of about 5 minutes to ask as many questions as they want. And hopefully our contestants are ready for that. I can see their faces, they're all extremely excited over there. So then after that scoring, we'll then have a couple of other things that we'll do, but right now I'd like to kind of take the time to describe what we're looking for, so the viewers at home and in the audience kind of know what these judges are scoring on, so they know why that winner won. The first part is the hook. Does it grab them? Is it really get your attention? The second part is the need, which is what's the problem, what's the need, what need are they trying to solve? And then the follow-up to that is the solution. What is their product, service, etc.? What do they bring to solve that need? Then the next part is the business model. How will they make money? How will they operate? Are they nonprofit? Followed by the ask. It's how much do they need? And then what they would do with that money that they would get. Also, personally, what I feel might be the more important part is the delivery. Do they have the energy and confidence? Do they show that it's natural, enthusiastic? Is it in a good flow? Are they not, extremely nervous but extremely excited? They know that joke with the contestants. Is their speech clear? Is then the second category. Are they loud? Can the judges actually hear them? And I don't think any of them will have a problem with that. We will consider if they do go over the time limit. We won't stop them at 90 seconds. We'll give them a good enough grace period. If they go on for way too long, we will cut them off. But we will then alert the judges if they do go over time, and the judges can decide whether or not they want to deduct a point or whatever based on if they go over. So hopefully that now gives everyone a basis for what we're looking for. You viewers, do have a very important role as well. We also will have a text to vote for your favorite. All you'll have to do is text the number 747 444 3548, and then you'll get to text the code for which one you choose. That is not the exact order. We had to change it a little bit from what that was. However, all our contestants are here. So, and you'll see this slide will come up after everyone's slide. However, the text to vote will go live as soon as the last pitch ends, and will go on until probably about a 10-minute period as we calculate the scores and figure out who is the winner of the $1,000 prize, the 2 runner-ups for $500, and then the other finalists will also receive $100. This Viewer Choice Award, as mentioned, is a $150 gift card, primarily sponsored by the Yes Club. And the other way that you can vote is through the pollev.com/Juniata website. Texting, you only have 1 vote, and I know we've had a little bit of trouble, I know, with the Poll EV website, sometimes it doesn't work, so the best way is to text a vote. I think that's everything for now. Terry, is there any other thing that we need to do?
No, I believe that's it.
All right, so our first contestant up will be Elise M. We'll give the stage to her. It's your best spot to stand. Okay.
When was the last time that you were put on hold, and for how long? Market research from the last year reveals that the average customer service wait time for Fortune 500 companies is around 4 minutes. However, 25% of customers are actually hanging up the phone in the first minute of that time. My name is Elise M. I'm a senior graduating with a degree in international business communications, and I'm confident that I have a solution that would revolutionize this time. My product, ComCall, is actually a service that streams videos to a customer's phone while they're placed on hold. Businesses and organizations of all kinds can use this. Businesses can play appreciation messages from their CEOs. They can stream celebrity endorsements and even introduce new products. Non-profit organizations can share their mission, the progress that they've made, and information on how to get involved. And there's also an interactive component where customers can then choose to share your video via social media or receive an informational text after the call with more information about the company or even potentially a promotion code for a new product. I'm confident that by using this tool, your businesses can turn very frustrating wait times into an interactive and engaged consumer experience. Today, I'm asking for $6,000. I'm still in the concept stage of this product, and I need to meet with programming consultants to see how tangible this product actually is to create. Thank you. This time I'm interested in questions and suggestions as well.
Who are you asking to seed money from?
Well, I actually have had some experience working for large technology companies. In my sophomore year, I interned for Tech America in Washington, D.C. It's a very large technology lobbying firm. I was signed with a contract with TE Connectivity in Harrisburg, which is a large engineering, manufacturing, innovating company, back in October. And those who I've brought this product to so far think it's a really great idea, but obviously I need some proven results, and I need to make sure that it is a tangible thing that can be created before bringing it to my company and top executives there. That's part of the reason why I'm participating in this competition, to see the types of questions that I would get and where I need to go with it before I would bring it to them.
How is the income generated?
So it would be based on a tiered system. We would regulate before buying into the product the volume of calls. So for small businesses, you're obviously going to have a much different price than for Fortune 500 companies on something like this. I would imagine that I would run a trial period with it, so they'd have like a month free trial. And we would see if it does lead to increased sales. How many people are using those promo codes that they get in a text afterwards? And then an evaluation would be made on how much, what is the actual value of this. I also think it would be really interesting to see how the customer experience is shaped, especially Jody, I'm sure you'd be interested in this. Is there increased brand loyalty with something like this? Do people talk about it? Do people share it on their social media sites? So that also would have to be compensated into the value that it brings to a company and how much people should pay for it.
So how would you approach the perspective that customers need to give permission to have something pushed to them?
So I've thought about this in two ways so far. One challenge with this is, what if you're driving? A lot of people do these types of calls when they know they're going to be there on the phone for a while. The first approach would be to have something that we use in customer service where you kind of do a press button 1 if you're driving and 2 if you're not driving. The second would be saying, it would play over audio and it would say, Hershey Foods is now utilizing ComCall's video servicing product. And then the video would start playing, and that would get people's attention, and they're like, what's going on with my call? So they would pull it away from their face, and they would be able to touch and play the video. Any more questions, comments, suggestions? Are the audience allowed to ask?
Is
Yeah.
there any competition that has anything, remotely like anything like this?
There's no competition that I'm aware of yet, but I really think it's only a matter of time. If the technology is there to do this, and that's what I need to look into, and that's why I need the money, if the technology is there, it really is only a matter of time until some company starts doing this. There's going to be a first mover advantage on this one, especially for businesses that start utilizing this against their competitors. And I think that where things are going, everything's becoming increasingly visually stimulating for us. Even our information now is being presented in documentaries, infographics, and things just aren't the way they used to be. So I think that streaming a video to someone's phone while they're on hold is something that's going to come along eventually. I'd like to be the one that has that product.
Have you thought about any other customer service channels other than the inbound phone?
Right. I thought about how some really large companies are now, when you log onto their website, you can put in your phone number and they call you, and that's instant. You have someone right there. But there are a lot of companies that aren't doing that yet. My company, T Connectivity, being one of them. I work with an inside sales team of about 50 individuals and a customer service team of 36 and a customer excellence team of 16. So I think that there are enough companies that would be interested in something like this. There's still plenty of companies who have their repeating elevator music for customer service hold lines, and now some that have started doing some audio promotional type information. That I think that this would be the next thing coming, and I would be surprised if we didn't see it in the future.
To be more specific though, the channel that I'm referring to would be something other than phone, like perhaps chat or some type of other kinds of communication other than phone.
Right. I mean, that's definitely happening. I mentioned that people are starting to go online, and then you can have a customer representative right there waiting for you. There are other channels, and we do see that maybe phone usage and dialing in is becoming less common. People are changing email because we want the instantaneous, right? We want it right now. But I still think there's enough people calling. This idea actually came to me because I was on hold for a travel agency with my friends for close to 2 hours trying to book a trip. And I said, and they were being promoted by Groupon, and I said, how could this still be going on? So I thought, why aren't they showing me some nice pictures of where I want to go and keeping me on the phone here? That's when I came up with the idea for this. I think other channels are emerging, but there's still definitely a market for this product.
Okay, that's all the time we have for questions.
Okay, thank you.
So just as a reminder, you can text to vote. That will be open after the last presenter. Our last presenter tonight actually will be Ben. Doesn't quite go in the order up on the screen. Sorry about that. That was because we didn't know if Ben was going to get here. He actually just kind of flew in. Literally. So our next contestant will be Zoe Oswald, presenting Soapy Notes. Take this in, serious. Right out right there. Yep. That way you're Carrie will let you know. Score. The judges are still kind of calculating the score. Judges, just so we know, just gives kind of thumbs up when you scored and you're ready. To let judges know they don't have to total the scores, we'll be able to do that, so. Are the judges ready? Zoe? You ready?
You're standing in the shower, soaking wet, and remember something that you have to pick up at the store later. Or think of the next great idea. You know that no matter how good your idea is, you aren't going to remember it by the time you're done shampooing. Many Americans keep a notepad by the side of the bed for ideas just like this. So why not keep one in your shower? With Soapy Notes, my goal is to create a product that allows individuals to capitalize on their shower time ideas by turning an entire wall or section of the wall of their shower into a writing surface. There are proven technologies already on the market for underwater writing, so why not put those technologies in your shower? Crayola has a product called bathtub markers, designed to allow children to write on the walls of their bathtub. But we all know that markers break, get lost, or dry out. It's hard to lose an entire wall. The average American showers once a day, and that shower lasts between 8 and 15 minutes. That leaves you standing in the shower for about an hour each week. Over the course of the average American's lifetime, that's 430,000 hours spent standing in the shower. That's a lot of time to think. I'm currently in the research and development phase and am seeking $1,000 to help further my research. Once the product is fully developed, initial sales will take place on a website, with hopes of further sales taking place through already established retail stores such as Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, and Bed Bath & Beyond. With Soapy Notes, your time spent in the shower will never be the same again. It allows you to turn shower time into idea time and never let that great idea be passed by. Thank you.
Where are the Soapy Notes written on?
So it's technology that would be worked into your shower wall, or it could be a section that you could stick on a suction cup. And it's basically what the product that I'm looking into right now would be magnetic, and you have a pen, you can write it, and you could erase it again. Also, thoughts would be to allow it to connect to your devices, so like your laptop or whatnot, so whatever you write can then be transferred, and you wouldn't have to do it yourself.
So it's a crayon and a pad.
It's not like a crayon, it's more like a pen and a pad.
A pen and a pad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything similar on the market during your research of this product?
Not that I've seen. There's like what you said, the products marketed towards children, but I don't think they work in the shower when the water's running on the wall and whatnot. But I haven't seen anything. It was brought up to my attention that you could just, take your iPad and put it in a waterproof case, but lots of people find it frustrating in the shower, and the touchscreen doesn't work very well and whatnot. So I haven't found anything similar.
So have you considered the market of communicating with your spouse rather than, just ideas? I mean, I think that's a whole nother concept to focus on. You have some good undivided attention, you can read notes for them. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's totally you can do, whatever you want with your shower. You can do, math with your kids on the wall. They take a bath, you can do that. You can write, song lyrics and sing.
Don't
Whatever
forget
you
to
want.
pick up the bath mat. That's what I would get.
So seriously though, I'm trying to picture, this is actually this is some type of electronic device, or it's some type of board, like a whiteboard in a classroom that you can write on in the shower. Just trying to picture this.
What I'm thinking right now is it would be more along the whiteboard idea. It could be electronic, something I would look into in the future, but it's more of the whiteboard, but it wouldn't erase easily, it's not a water thing that would erase it. Any other questions?
You mentioned something about it would be some kind of electronic answer too, that you could write on the board and go to some, like an electronic, to a computer, to an iPad or something, so that your message is written there and it goes someplace else.
Yeah, I haven't necessarily explored that yet, but it's something I'm hoping to look into in the future, because I think it would be very beneficial and make it more appealing.
Okay, thank you, Zoe.
Thank you.
Just to let everyone in the audience, both here and at home, we are running about 4 minutes of delay. Technology, we do what we can. This meeting, we can still do our text to vote, except for the fact that we might be starting a little bit late. So bet 10 minutes, we might make 15, just because that way everyone will be able to vote. Again, though, jot that number on the piece of paper. The time will start as soon as it is presented, and we'll give some time. During that time, we'll be calculating the rest of the scores. So it's not like we won't be doing stuff, it won't be just open air. Or we won't be singing. Our next contestant that will be coming up, we're going to let the judges tally up their scores and figure out their final scoring, but our next contestant up will be Katie Jeffries. She'll be presenting Native Roots.
Judges ready?
The judges are ready, so Katie.
Your garden has been invaded by aliens. In fact, this entire building is surrounded. And yes, most of them are green, but they're not from outer space. Just like the hedges out front, the majority of plants used in home and commercial landscapes are not native to North America. Ironically, nurseries began propagating these species because they're unusual, but nowadays they become the norm, and they spread easily without human help. Luckily, the buy local movement and an increase in environmental awareness has led to a rise in consumer demand for native plant species. Native plants are already adapted to our local landscapes, so they reduce maintenance costs related to pesticides, waters, and fertilizers, and also attract native birds, butterflies, and other wildlife. But despite these benefits, native plants are difficult to find in most plant retailers. Until now. Native Roots will provide wholesale native plant supply to nurseries and landscapers through simple, cost-effective, and surprisingly obvious means. We're covering landscape-ready native plant species from wooded development sites. Thus, plants that would otherwise be bulldozed can be rescued and repurposed to provide field-tested native plant supply. And, unlike commercial nurseries, all without any cost related to propagation. By partnering with Native Roots, companies that normally bulldoze nature can gain valuable public PR without spending a penny. And through our low-cost native plant supply, nurseries and landscape clients can offer competitive pricing while also providing a far more unique and ecologically friendly plant supply. Startup costs related to transportation, labor, and supplies are estimated to be less than $20,000, paid for by private environmental grants and the JSL Next Step Fellowship. Low input costs result in higher profit margins, leading to further growth. Native Roots, let's help America grow. Any questions?
This is my area, yes. Yeah. Native plants are somewhat available now, like and our architect's design with some of that in place. I'm concerned with, and those are grown in nurseries from seedlings or however that's done. I'm concerned with salvaging native plants like from construction sites or something like that during for transplanting and the mortality rate in my experience has been 50% with so you have a lot of labor in order to do that, and then you're losing half of the plants, or they're not nursery quality if they're grown from like how do you battle like the nursery that's growing them and then charging me $12 for a native barberry. That's
so what is the question? Sorry.
How you will change, like how digging one on a construction site, you'll be able to sell it to me at the same price as what a nursery growing one in perfect conditions, ready to put in the landscape, ready to be sold to the customer. Other than your idea of we're saving this one, like you're going to pay more money to have this one, but it was rescued from the new Walmart site, or something like that.
Our idea is that the plants that we will supply will be cheap because we don't have to pay for growing them from seed. And we're going to be able to pick which plants will be viable for actual use in homes and landscapes. And we have consulted with botanists, and we have some contacts in State College, and we've talked about getting root dip to help transplant process, because obviously there will be some mortality, but this root dip actually improves mortality rates by 80%. And basically just making sure we pick the right plant species, and we're going to identify a list of what kind of species will be better for home and whatever landscape projects that people need. So basically we can pick out which plants will survive, and we will make sure most of them survive. And because we don't have to pay so much for watering and growing them, we've kind of exported all the cost to Mother Nature, because she's the one who grew them all. So they're gonna be cheaper, and the ones that survive, I think, will be just as great as the plants grown by nurseries. Any other questions?
I wasn't sure, like, how you target where you get this product, like, from a construction site. You go to the contractor and say, okay, this is gonna be turned into a mall. Yeah, like, here's, how to get people on board to subscribe to your service.
We have already talked to a couple development sites, one of which is Hobbaker Engineers, who are in charge of clearing all the land for the Marcellus Shale. And these engineers, the only thing they're worried about is kind of like liability and whether or not we will delay their projects. And all of them seem to be very open because it's good for them. It gives them great PR to like tell people, hey, look, we're saving plants too. So yeah, basically, as long as we go in there and we have them sign forms, like we're liable, we won't hurt anything, we'll fill in the holes, and we won't delay your schedules, and they seem to be very willing to do so.
So your company will come in and they will harvest like all these plants.
Yeah, we will come in and harvest the plants. They don't have to do any of the harvesting. That's all on us.
Okay, and so in the constructions, there's always delays and there's always deadlines, so
Yeah.
that's something you get.
So there's going to be a lot of communication with the developers, but hopefully with good communication, we can avoid any of those problems.
What's the method of harvesting?
Well, as of right now, we haven't really done anything yet because we're still in the
Yeah.
development process.
Like a
But-
shovel or like
Yeah,
a?
I mean, obviously, we
or
don't
equipment.
really have huge bulldozers to like come in and scoop them out. So we're thinking of getting either a team of student volunteers or student interns, and shovels, obviously, are usually what we do to scoop them out, put them in the truck. Good day's work.
I'm interested in the truck, so
Yes.
the transportation, so the $20,000 that you're asking, you said 20,000,
Yes.
correct? And so part of that is to invest in equipment and the ability to transport from here to there.
Yes. Right now, what we're looking at for transportation is actually Juniata College has a bunch of box trailers that are go unused throughout the entire year, except for a brief venture to Colorado in May. So we have talked to Rob Yelnowski, VP of Finance, and he's okay with us using the vans and trailers. We would obviously, like clubs that rent them too, pay some kind of fee for like gas and such. But that way we wouldn't have to go buy our own vans and trailers, which are clearly very expensive.
So then what do you do with the plant from the time you harvest them until they are installed somewhere? I'm assuming that you're not gonna go right from lot to
Yeah.
home.
Well, if that's not possible, which would be great if it was,
Probably not, though.
we would have some kind of holding beds facility. Right now, we're either thinking of the Juniata farm, which has a bunch of open space available for us to put in plants, that we would have to erect some kind of shade structure, obviously. But otherwise, we have, one of our contacts has a big open plot of land that she doesn't use, and she's willing to like let us have at it for storage purposes.
Okay, that's all we have questions, the time we have questions on that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Everybody about ready? So our next contestant up, as the judges are making their final comments, will be Dean Paul Center. Hopefully I didn't mess up his name, I've been practicing. And he will be presenting JC by himself. Dean.
Are you a graduating senior from Juniata or an upcoming freshman, and you both tight for cash? Well, JC Buy and Sell will allow you, seniors, to sell your unwanted goods to freshmen. Think about it, seniors. What are you going to do when you graduate from college with all the goods in your room, such as your TV, your carpet, even your lamps and fridge? Why not sell these products to people who need it, like freshmen? And freshmen, why buy these products new when you can buy the same existing products for less than half the price? That's why JC Buy and Sell will allow seniors to sell these products to freshmen through an online website. I plan to create this website and use bidding as the primary form of selling products. What's unique about this service is I have a connection off campus that already has a warehouse in which I can store all products for free. What makes us different from competitors such as Amazon and eBay is that students won't have to spend time delivering the items. They won't have to post pictures about the items online. That's going to save them time and make it easier for us to take these items and sell them. I'm asking for a $1,400 investment from investors so I can create a unique and easy to use website that everyone can use. I plan to make a 10% profit on all products sold so I can return investors' investments by the start of the next academic year. This service will only be available to freshmen during the summer break. Once this semester starts, I plan to allow this service to be open to the whole of Juniata so that we can maximise our profits and get rid of some remaining stock. So get rid of your unwanted goods for wanted goods and let JC Buy and Sell help you. Thank you. If there's any questions.
So tell me a little bit about you only opening it up to freshmen. What was your thought there?
Well, I think one thing is finding a target market that's going to need it the most. And freshmen coming into Juniata like myself, I mean, it's expensive to attend Juniata. And I think people like freshmen, it's going to be very expensive for them and near their parents. And I think they won't want to go spend, extravagant amount of money on new products. And I think seniors when they're graduating, they're going to need more money as well when grad school fees are expensive. So it's important for them, seniors are going to want to get rid of these goods and freshmen are going to want to spend less money. So it only works in both favours. And I think we should benefit them first off and then the rest of Juniata.
So what products are you really interested in, or anything that anybody's willing to?
Yeah, probably anything. However, it's one of the things we think we're going to sell. We're not going to. I don't plan to buy a shoe that has a hole in it. It's about finding products that people are going to buy. I think it's carpet. Everyone wants carpet in their room. I have carpet in my room, and you can't take that and put it in another room because it's designed for that room. It's designed for that room. So selling that carpet is something a lot of people are going to want to buy. And TV and fridges, everyone's going to need them. And I know one thing especially is I'm an international student and I'm here for 4 years, so I naturally make friends with internationals and my group are always 90 internationals. And I came up with this idea because they're the ones that want to sell, they want to get rid of the cost. They can't take this home on a plane, they want to get rid of it. So that's automatically just 9 students that want to get rid of it, and I know them personally, so they'll go through me, which I can sell to other people. And I already have the storage, so that's mainly the idea.
I do a lot of work at Penn State and see dumpster loads of couches, chairs, desks, just being trashed.
Just trash
for that reason.
Yeah, exactly. So some of these things can be useful in others. So this is how I came up with my ideas to do that. Yeah.
Good idea.
And what's your marketing plan to work with the administration or the enrollment office or what to make the incoming freshmen aware of your
Yes, to make this aware is I know before I came to Juniata, I received a lot of mail from I'm in Australia, I was living, so from America they sent me mail even the bookstore, I got stuff about the bookstore being open and buy books for the Juniata bookstore. So I don't think it'd be an issue being able to advertise to students and working with Juniata to send advertisement to them before they begin the semester. So they're aware of this and they can take advantage of it as soon as possible. And yeah, that's how I plan to advertise to them.
You're going to advertise target Juniata College and students, you're gonna try to target the community at large for potential
Yes.
customers as well?
Absolutely, because that's why I want to open it up when the semester starts, because the plan is that freshmen will have their first priority pick of the products they want, and the remaining stock, if sophomores or juniors or even seniors themselves want to purchase something else, they can see what's available, and that only works for both of us, because they get the products, and for myself, I can get rid of these products that are on stock. I mean, this warehouse that I have is quite large, and I think everyone at Juniata can put everything they have in this warehouse, and it won't be full. So, it's the storage isn't a problem. It's getting rid of the stocks, and then we can maximise profits and benefit the rest of the Juniata community. So that's the plan.
What's the $1,400 for?
Create a website, and I've taken IT class at the moment, so I know I have some knowledge about creating websites. However, it's good to. I have a friend in Australia who's paying for working in IT business, and they can help me out. And I've asked them how much money it would cost to create a good website, not something black and white, something in colour, something that is going to get people's attention, something like that. And that's the quote they gave me. And I understand being in Australia, they're going to be far away. Something happens to the website, so I already have connections here. I've met some students at IT majors that can help me out and get some quotes off them. So if something happens, I don't have to go to Australia, but I have the resources here, which I think is important.
You already own a facility, or you're renting, you're using a?
Yes.
What's the facility?
Well, coming to Juniata College, international students get a friendship family, and it's just someone to make you feel at home when you're away. And I'm very close to my friendship family, and they own a farm with numerous warehouses. And the warehouse that they have is in good condition. It's not like dirt on the floor. It's actually got wooden flooring. The sun isn't going to come through. It's closed off, and it's roofed, so there's no leakage. So it's very safe in the warehouse. And we can keep them there for free. And we take it, we deliver it there, it saves them time, it saves them effort, and that's something like competitors such as, there's a rental fridge business here, they store it in JSL and they're limited to some space, and I don't know if they can pay for the storage, but my storage is always been completely free. So I can't really make a loss in terms of if I take something on board.
Okay, that's all the time we have for questions on that.
Thank you very much.
Circle might be a little bit misleading, or not at our end. We still have one more presentation to go. As I mentioned, the order up there is not the same as what is actually presented. So we do have one more presentation to go. We're going to give some time to the judges like we did last time to take notes on whatever they want, to score how they want. And then Ben Krause will come on as our last presenter pitching PopTails. So it'll be a couple minutes while the judges tell it their score. That's what we can do business. I just how we do as business. That was just like all we did during that break. This time I was like, I can make this.
Yeah, if that's what Terry's okay with.
No, there's no. It'd be fun. But I changed the background. This is the same background as yours, but they added So everyone has a person. Also, yours says temple.
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. As the judges are ready, our next contestant up, our final presenter of the night, Benny Krause, presenting PopTails.
I won't be the first to tell you that the days of prohibition are long gone. Alcohol consumption will be an ongoing trend in America for a very long time. My product is a modern spin on the traditional. The PopTail is a unique design that infuses fresh ingredients, premium juices, and fine select spirits. As a rising college senior with an entrepreneurial spirit and the appreciation for a good drink, I have been perfecting the PopTail recipe by utilizing thermodynamics since I first thought of this idea 2 years ago. With flavors including poppin' pina colada, sweet strawberry margarita, and chocolate mudslide, there's something for everyone. I have extensive research and a comprehensive business plan to support this groundbreaking product, where you will find my seed funding and also my finances. Now, with that being said, at the base of each flavored PopTail, you will find this one-of-a-kind martini funnel. Now, I've designed this myself. So as the PopTail melts away from the wooden stick, not one delicious drop is lost. Whether you're at a resort, at an outdoor concert, at a sporting event, or even in the comfort of your own home, the possibilities for PopTails are endless. The PopTail is a treat for adults that essentially has no competitors and can serve in a number of target markets. I have successfully produced dozens of sample batches, and I have already pitched my idea to a number of bar, restaurant, and club owners who are extremely supportive and interested. I have no doubt that with investing a little time and money, roughly $500 to $1,000, we will have Americans saying, please live responsibly.
With your product here, it's unique, there's nothing on the market. What about patents?
Well,
what consideration are you giving to that?
Well, I've actually given quite the consideration to patents over the past 2 years. Originally, when I had started this idea, I was so infatuated with the fact that I needed a patent that in order to continue the process, a patent was ultimately necessary. Now, with any good entrepreneur, something to protect your idea or to protect your product is quintessential to pretty much the market that you're entering. Essentially, I kind of stepped back and thought to myself, if someone is out there willing to produce a better product, is willing to create something in a more efficient way than I can create it, then they can go ahead and do it. Because to be honest, the product that I've created, the product that I have brought to bars, the product that I have shown club owners and restaurant owners is a proven product, and it's a reputable product. Each one of my PopTails is a consistent taste. So you can enter a bar, you can enter a restaurant and order a drink, but then your next drink might have a different taste to it, whether there's too much mixer, whether there's too much soda, whether there's too much alcohol or not enough alcohol. With this product, you get a consistent taste each and every time.
So I've actually owned a bar, and so I have a couple of questions from that perspective.
Sure.
So this is a really interesting idea. As a person who owns a bar, I would want to know really kind of some information about at the rate at which things melt, because you want to move merchandise, you want to move your product.
Sure.
So that would be the first question is, well, how does it compare to regular drinks? And the other thing is, how do you sit this down? It looks to me like the stick goes down through here.
Yes, ma'am.
And so it's kind of something you have to hold all the time.
Right, right.
So,
So,
how does that work?
So it's very traditional to the novelty popsicle that has been passed down from generation to generation, and that's kind of where we're trying to lift this product back up to the adult market, or the adult target market, if you will. So essentially, setting the popsicle down or putting it on a table is something that I really haven't considered. It's something, if you're unwrapping a popsicle, just like you would at the beach or in the comfort of your own home, you're going to sit there and enjoy it. Putting it down would just take, it would kind of take away from the experience, and especially this. Now, to answer your first question about the rate of which it melts. So like I said, I've been utilizing thermodynamics, and I've worked with Dr. Harp, who is a lead chemist here at Juniata, and he had kind of filled me in on the boiling point and the freezing points of ethanol, the main ingredient in alcohol, of course. And what I had found is that if you mix a proper ratio of sugars, of gums, and stabilizers, you'll be able to come up with a product after it's shock frozen. So essentially, when popsicle manufacturers ship their product, they freeze them, they shock freeze them, and put them in transport. Because sometimes, those types of 18-wheelers, if you will, have the ability to lose power. So usually they have the time in between to make that transition onto a different truck because that they were shock frozen. And that's pretty much the same reason why grocery stores don't have melted popsicles, or what looks like a kind of disfigured popsicle when they're stocking their shelves. They're shock frozen. And so what I learned from Dr. Harp was that, like I said, by mixing the correct ratio of those three things, which are all part of my raw materials in producing the popsicle, you will find that over time, it will melt at pretty much the same rate a normal popsicle would. Now, the reason why I added the martini funnel there in front of you was because I tried to blend the alcohol in the beer market into the popsicle market. Now, that is almost essentially like someone nursing their drink. So if someone kind of holds onto their drink throughout the night, the ice melts quite a bit, and you have a more watered down drink, kind of have to get rid of the drink unless you really want to enjoy something that doesn't taste or isn't exactly what you ordered. So that essentially is a way to nurse your drink, but not lose any of the product that you paid for.
I think you would have gotten more points in this if you brought some samples.
Well, no, that's a great question. So I was planning on bringing some popsicles, but according to the regulations and some of the stipulations here in the competition, I brought a part of the product that I would normally carry with me. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Pursuit of Happiness, where Will Smith is carrying onto his little medical device that he so brilliantly came up with. It's something that every great entrepreneur should do. Whether it's in your mind, whether it's something tangible that you could hold in your briefcase, you really never know when you're going to have to pitch that 90-second idea to the person or that angel investor that's really going to be interested.
All right, so that's all the time we have.
Great. Thank you.
At this time, we are live for the text to vote. You viewers at home are still at a lower than 4 minute. Okay, very good. We're at lower than 4 minute delay, which is very nice. So we will still give about 10 to 15 minutes. Judges, please finish your scoring for Ben. Let us know. We'll be then taking your scores and figuring out who the winner is. So now's a good time to go to the bathroom because you have a good amount of time. We'll be back in 10 to 15. Thank you.
before you do that, and show them the results, do you wanna show those yet?
We'll talk. So everyone, yes, it is a live feed for the votes, so you guys will know and be able to vote. The number is up at the top, it's 747-444-3548. If you're at home viewing, there's a little thing that says more description. Click that. You're right there now. Good. You clicked it. It's all right there. I like breaking the fourth wall. All right, now here's the fun part of that. Oh, yeah, we can all have it done. Yeah. That's sometimes how it happens. It's always good to have your family, so I'd remind them to vote.
You tell them to vote for you, not mine. I just texted them. Oh, hey. You. Yes.
So you have like 6 months. But that might
My
be
mom gave up like my entire extended family and like apparently all my friends like the whole table.
That's this actually my year. This is about this word.
My mom, like she like forwarded an email to me and it was like 30 of them and then like forwarded it to like 30 more people and told them that my mom I buy the beer when they came out.
So that 150 is gonna go like that. That's what
You
you're
said
saying.
it was on my same night.
They have a wine.
My mom's
No, this is my year. This is exactly the story. One person just like it was just like yeah. Yeah, that was I don't know if they changed anything. This was the most fair Yours isn't good. Well, that's pretty good. Next year we'll have it all like, you should guys get on the beats.
Yeah, that was
It's not allowed.
Did you put that last year? We had a whole set on it.
I get it.
And I couldn't put for myself.
They don't want you to win.
That's why this year we have to wait for party. It's a good competition.
Well, I know, but how are you able to say this is better off?
You vote for yourself, you vote for others. I don't know if Steph's voting. I know I'm not voting. I, 747 444 354.
That's cool.
Yeah, you. I'm not.
Is it for, hey, oh wait, Steph. Are we supposed to go to this meeting? But are we, we're supposed to go?
We're gonna go and write these out.
Okay, yeah, a little bit of time.
Coming in, getting in. Come on, boys. Come on, wake up, man. Come on, boys. Give them Aussies to wake up.
I'll help set up one if we come in, because I mean, I am part of Spanish club, I've never been to a single meeting.
And all your internationals.
Oh, you don't have to know those. I'm just kidding. We have guest speakers. No, it's too shy guy. It's 180. I know. I'm thinking, we could just coordinate. We can't really. Yeah, for the extra credit. I'll check on you. What was the question?
Design an experiment.
Oh, you have to like design the full experiment?
Yeah, not.
Did like she give us a topic?
Yeah, it's literally one sentence.
What's the second?
Like sex ratio, skewed, and how to
I don't think my mom knows that I like did this. Good for your mom. It's in Australia. Gordon, you better be voting for me.
What are you doing?
You're going to be like the one that.
Huh? I don't have money. Unless someone wants to pay for me. I don't have my own money. If someone wants to pay for me and I can pay them back, I'll gladly go get some martinis. Ben, you should bring PopTails to the house. I think you just. He goes, I'm not gonna take it back. I said,
We had a pact that you weren't gonna bring it back, and neither was I.
I know, but then I realized that we get our hoods the day of
You realize that won't
graduation.
mean it's pact. Like, it's not part of the shit, and you
I
jump
did.
shit.
Don't.
Bang on the table on anything.
You have to.
I mean, I'm
Take yours back.
I don't even do it with the
You
stuff
don't.
away.
I get so good. I don't know.
Obviously, you're up for yourself here. That's what it is. If you don't.
Actually, Alex, though, she's the fourth to last person in the war.
Or is it best to get number the first one? Yeah. We're in a semi-crowded position.
Oh, God, no.
Come on.
It has been done. It has been done.
When's it close?
Come on, come on.
My friend was just like, we were like 5.
Yeah, you're
Dean, you're pulling ahead.
Get all of your
Get him, Joe.
And Colin.
Get your friends to vote. Don't you have friends on the
I'm getting him from the shop, trying to wake him up. When does this close? That's the real question.
Just keep trying to get votes.
How long till it closes?
Elise, you're solid.
You know what? We don't have any friends out.
At least until the
It's true. She's not really your friend.
Nerve-wracking.
Well, that's about right. I have seven
no
friends.
control.
And then
Joe, come on, you get more.
other people really count.
I've stamped it, as you can probably see.
I texted for you. I texted Tara and told her to vote for you.
That's my seven friends. Yeah, I did it. I voted for
Oh, he's pulling ahead. Hey Ben, you got another vote.
That was me.
Did you voted? That's what you voted for yourself.
No, I
Yeah, I don't know where that's
Oh, bounty vote for someone.
It's them. Hey, Elise, you got another one. You moved it up. That's what I'm saying. That means
It is tantalizing. It is definitely.
Joel texted his whole family. Everyone on the
Come on,
everyone
get him
on
up.
the
Don't want to get
video.
15.
Uncle Jim, we haven't talked to him in like years.
I have to contact. Is it over?
I was just like,
How many more like minutes do we have?
Said like everyone.
Isn't it a 10-year
My
contact.
grandfather's entire retirement home.
Yeah.
How do we do this? Before they get separate. Well, not that from my classmates who talk to TNC. Yeah, because he was waiting for the screen. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Because the only alcohol I have in our house is tequila, and I'm definitely not drinking tequila for carrying.
Why not? You have an issue or something?
I don't know. I don't think I'm ready for a tequila night on karaoke night.
Come on!
that's really funny. 13.
Is it closed yet?
This is getting interesting.
Ah,
It's over.
Can't get anyone else.
You're fine.
She's pulling away. Ben, you're catching up. Didn't you text your volleyball team and tell them you texted?
Yeah, I did.
I texted your boyfriend
Local
that like
JCC.
Yeah, my phone's about to
Joel probably knows his local JCC.
My phone did. This is what I said last.
Oh, it's pulling away.
I'm ready to buy. Yeah? We'll have them on. Anything they harvest is a reference
Oh, you got shit.
Oh, fun shot.
I know.
Oh, yeah, he climbed.
Yeah, I wanna know like when it's going to be responses. Oh no, you're climbing.
You know, I would tell who's winning, but I can't because it's so close. For the viewer's choice, it is so close. 169 votes is very good.
Can't beat Roman Baker.
I don't know what. You're still climbing up there. You're so
Yeah, we have to work on our paper tomorrow. The last day of class. Yeah, but remember Jeff said our grade depends on how many drafts we have. Well, you can still come from 1 to 3.
Come on.
It's so close. I was told to close it, but it's so close.
Yeah, close it.
You have 30 seconds. And I'll start the clock when I...
Oh my god, just close it.
Come on, text a couple.
It's 1 minute. Let's go. I don't know what happens. We're not ready for that. Come on.
Is it over? I saw Elise get one. I saw Elise get one. Done. Yeah, that's it.
I didn't vote yet.
Come on! It has to be over now.
I didn't vote yet either. This phone has to vote on it.
Oh, it's 67. Come on, someone. Someone out there.
Oh, no, just stop, Nate, just...
15. You can buy that vote for 1 vote.
Come on, come on. 10, 9.
6, 5, 4, 3, 1, close. That is incredibly close.
Wow.
Oh,
Good job, dude. That was
it's close.
stressful. That was stressful.
I would have voted for your vote.
Mother.
That was crazy.
I just wish it was 6, 7, what would they have done? If it was tight, what would they have done?
You guys would have had to like cut the in half. Then you guys
Your card is standing, so you both have to go out.
every time.
Spend $150.
No, I was.
No, but like he's getting a gift card. He's $150.
Well, I was thinking that maybe they just like take the card and actually cut it. No, they actually take the card and cut it. Just go.
Actually, in front of you.
Yeah.
That's
And then they just give it to you to hold. I think that's a reasonable decision.
Appreciate it, it's alright. No banana.
If only you had 2 more friends.
If only I told some family. Everyone's asleep.
Yeah, I don't know. What is the time? 12 hours.
No, it's 15, 16 now. At the moment it's 9:30 in the morning tomorrow.
So they wouldn't be asleep. They'd be up
My mates will be asleep. My parents like don't have iPhones, so they're at work at the moment, so yeah. And I can't text because I've got an Australian phone, so. And everyone's probably not at uni yet. People don't go to university in Australia, they just sleep. They don't go to class.
Yeah, I have.
It's like England.
I have 3 friends from Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where do they
Oh gosh, I don't know. I studied abroad with them in the Galapagos.
Yeah, and they wouldn't do much attention. They'd be sleeping.
Is that you? Or your mic? Your mic?
Oh, the doll, yeah, the doll.
Can you take a picture of it?
You have to humiliate me. I know. Dead. Huh? No.
Okay, well, thank you again, everybody. We'll start with our Viewer's Choice Award, which obviously all of you know at this point. Zoe Oswald with Soapy Notes. And actually, Zoe, you can stay here because you were our 5th finalist, so you get a cash prize of $100 as well. In 4th place as a finalist, Katie Jeffers with Blue Roots.
Away from the screen, it's on your face.
Oh, okay. Sorry, maybe they say shine was a little too much. Our second runner-up with, there is Dean Policina.
This one and then?
Yeah, you want to do
All right.
and the winner of our annual business pitch competition is ComCall, Elise Moreno.
Thanks everybody for being here. I don't know what happens now.
And our first runner-up, Benjamin Krause with PopTails. Before we exit for the evening, I just want to say thank you for all the participants, our guests for joining us. A special thank you to our judges, Richard, Jason, and Jody. I'd also like to say a special thank you from our assistant director, Christy Potts, who's unable to be here tonight. But a very special thank you to Stephanie Scavone and Nate Fisher, our two Yes Club members that really were integral in putting this event on. So thank you, and everybody have a good evening.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna do group photos. Please grab your check, everyone grab it.